What is up, Team Happy and Fit? Tuesday, it's my favorite day. I say that every freaking week, so you probably knew what I was going to say. I'm so excited because Sarah Morrison is going to be talking with us tonight. She's an amazing communicator, an amazing person, a mom of two, wife to Chris. I've slept in her daughter's room, fun fact, when I went to Alpena, Michigan. And I honestly, it's so crazy to think about. So she wasn't my original sponsor. My original sponsor got a random job in Alpena, Michigan for a year, and Eric and I went to go visit her, and my original sponsor got a free membership at the Bay Athletic Club, which that's Trina's club, and she went there, and that's how she met her sponsor, which then Sarah sponsors, and it's just a little crazy circle. Sarah and I met for the first time in Chicago, Illinois. You were there for a conference. I was driving by and we're like, and I remember I was like a new coach and we met for breakfast. And everyone, when you first start coaching, you think everyone is healthy 24/7 and you're so insecure about loving ice cream. Anyway, we were at brunch and everyone's ordering healthy things, not out of the norm for Eric, but I was like, man, these girls are ordering really healthy things. I had a personal dilemma in my heart of I really want chocolate chip pancakes. And so everyone ordered. I put in my chocolate chip pancake. I was brave, order. And then Sarah's like, actually, I want to change my order to the same thing and add whipped cream. And I'm like, tribe! It made me feel so good. I was like, okay, this is a lot better. But Sarah's been in my life, this coaching journey for almost 5 years now, which is so crazy to think about. I was a baby coach. Didn't know what I was doing. I remember when I first hit Emerald, I was wearing, you probably don't remember this, I was wearing an emerald looking necklace and you're like, you're wearing an emerald necklace for going emerald. And I just remember feeling so proud. And you modeled for me. So whatever you did, I did. You didn't have to tell me anything. I just watched you do it because you were successful. And so when you would make those groups of working on your arms and legs and do like a 5-day like leg challenge. I would do a 5-day leg challenge. I didn't know what I was doing. I'd go on Pinterest and be like, what are 5 leg workouts? And then I'd record myself and feel so awkward, but I did it. You did an opportunity call back then, you guys. We didn't have Facebook groups to do those with. We did it on the phone. I did it. I was so nervous. Sarah hit elite. I was like, well, I can hit elite. And then we did. And she was the person who breathed so much belief into me when I wanted to quit so many times. And she's like, nope, if I can do it, you can do it. And so thank you for being a part of our call tonight. It really means the world to me.
Oh my gosh, that was such a fun trip down memory lane. I forgot about those pancakes. You're so welcome, Julianne. And like I might have been a good leader to Julianne, but Julianne was a great person to work with. And what I've discovered in leadership is like connecting to those people who give it right back. Like it multiplies the results for everyone. So I'm so grateful for her, just like she's grateful for me because she's continued to push me. You guys have an amazing leader. She's incredibly convicted. And this business is about conviction. Like it really is what you're being passionate about. And when you have that passion and you're convicted about what you're doing, there is no stopping you. And everyone's got different convictions. Like don't get lost in the world of, well, some people don't believe in this. Some people are so convicted to Weight Watchers. That's fine. They will be successful in Weight Watchers if they're convicted in it. Like we are successful in Beachbody if we're convicted in it and we help other people really get that. So conviction is your truth. And Julianne, I remember one time I posted something that I got some crap on about postpartum depression and getting off medications, tough stuff that people get sensitive about. And I was sharing my truth. And she's like, Sarah, no one can argue with your truth. And I was just like, you're right. Like that's my legit story. And that's what conviction is. Coaching is also about spreading hope. And that's like, you do that by just sharing your authentic self. And you know what's cool about being a coach is like, when you become a coach, you sign this, I don't know if you guys knew you signed a contract. You signed a contract with yourself that you weren't going to give up on yourself. That's the contract you sign when you become a coach. Like it really is telling the universe, telling yourself that like, I don't need to be perfect, but I'm never going to give up on myself. And you know how many people can't say that? They think they're just going to fail every day they wake up in life. Like when I think about my mindset now compared to 8 years ago when I started coaching, it's drastically different. And it's because this is the kind of stuff, like I put positive pressure into my life. Anyways, we spread hope. Like other people see us do this. We share our authentic selves without fear of judgment and just with hope of spreading hope. How many more times can I say it? I'm going to cut off on that one because I'm starting to repeat words, but you get it. When you share yourself, you spread hope no matter whether they do something with you or not. And that's freaking cool. You got to just be fired up about that. And then the other thing that coaching really is about growth. So it's about conviction, it's about spreading hope, and it's about growth. And you do that by leading yourself and then leading others. And that's the other thing. Like when you say, I'm never giving up on myself again, like that's you starting to lead your life better. Like you have to lead yourself. And I think coaching really puts us in a position to get the tools to do that better, to get the community to do that better, and to get the belief that we can do that better. And then when we spread that to others, that is some serious growth. So my point is you have a leader that shows you all three of those things. So that's awesome. You're in great hands. I'm so glad you're on this Zoom and you're tuning in, because when you tune into the team, it just naturally rubs off on you. It's like going in a tanning bed. You know you're going to come out more tan. Okay, you go to a Zoom, you know you're going to come out better when you come out of a Zoom. Okay, I wanted to share, I see so many familiar faces. It's so fun to see you all, and some new faces, so it's so nice to get to meet you. I hope I get to see you all at Summit. I wanted to share really quick my start into coaching, because it leads directly into Success Club, which I'm ultimately here to talk to you about tonight. I'm going to give you all the tips you need to be able to hit Success Club, and I promise you that if you applied these, like I guarantee you would hit Success Club. I'm willing to, like, I don't have a money back guarantee prepared, but I'm willing to say you can tell me I was wrong if it's not, but I highly doubt you will, because I guarantee this will work. So I'm going to give you a lot of tools and examples, conversations, like all that logistical stuff that you want to know. But I want to start by sharing how I started. I started in June 2010. Trina Gray is my sponsor. I started working for her part-time at a health club. And it's so funny, like when Julianne's talking about the little ways that we got connected, like when you really think about it, like, well, how random's that? How random's that? You know what? Like when she was telling that, I'm like, that gives me hope, because we never know when the next amazing person's going to walk into our life. Like, and that's fun. You know, you just never know. Anyways, I started working part-time for Trina at the health club. I was going through a big career change from a broadcast journalism career. And she had started getting into Beachbody. And she decided, okay, I'm going to do something with this. And she started inviting like everyone who worked at the club. And I kind of was like, oh God, I don't want to be a Beachbody groupie. I don't want people to think I'm just doing this because Trina's doing it and they're going to call me like a follower. Like I had all these fears, but I also didn't want to be left behind. So I did it. Thank goodness I've had a major fear of missing out on things in my life, because that's why I signed up. I also like Shakeology, and I thought, hey, I'm making $300 a week right now working part-time. I should get a discount. So I signed up in June 2010. You guys, I never hit Success Club until December 2012. So that's roughly like a year and a half of nothing. And I hid in the closet a lot about being a coach. I didn't get on Zooms like this. I remember Trina used to always be like, get on this call, get on this call. Granted, the call that we were getting on was at 10:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights. I'm tired on Thursday. Like Thursday's the day where you're like, oh, but still I didn't make it happen. And I made fun of Success Club. I said people who make Success Club are groupies. I had a bad attitude about it. I thought I was above it. I thought I didn't need it. Most people don't ever have that attitude, which is great, but I just wanted to paint the picture of how, like, you know, like the way we act is a reflection of us trying to make ourselves feel better. I was trying to make myself feel better about me feeling like I couldn't hit it. So here's what changed. I did the ultimate, and by the way, I went to Summit my first year, never hitting Success Club, because again, I felt like I was gonna be left out when all my friends went. And when they talked about Success Club, I was like, oh. Anyways, at that summit, they also talked about the Ultimate Reset. It was just coming out. That was like their big product launch, and everyone was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, fine, I guess I'm gonna do it. My husband and I did it. I was pregnant at the time, so I wasn't going for weight loss, but I felt amazing. And my husband lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. His sleep drastically improved. Like I could not believe that this guy kept telling me, my brain is so clear. He kept going, I just can focus. And I was like, oh my God, like you need to do this for the rest of your life. It sounds like a serious issue. And then he was just like, my digestion, my sleep, I can focus. I just did a sweet potato for dinner and I'm happy. Like he was a change guy. His skin was different. And then he had done a blood work test for some reason, like a couple months before starting it. And then we had another one done. And his cholesterol went from risk to no risk. I think it was 190 and it went down to 130. His triglycerides dropped more than 100 points. His blood pressure dropped. So like at that point, like not only just hearing his testimonial, but seeing this blood work, seeing his before and after pictures, like him losing 20 pounds, I was like, this works. If people just do what Beachbody creates, it will work. The things I was missing in that 18-month time period was belief in the company and belief in myself. And those are two things I've always said since I figured this out. You have to believe in what Beachbody makes, that it will work for people if they use it. And you have to believe that you have the ability to cheer them on. So my belief started by being like, holy moly, the ultimate reset works. This is really easy to talk about now because I'm convicted. It was our truth. And I shared it and people wanted to do it. And in December 2012, a month where I'm like, people don't have money. Like they're spending money on Christmas, like I would say those things. I hit Success Club. I was 9 months pregnant. I also discovered that a pregnancy gestation is actually 10 months, even though I thought it was 9 months my whole life. Anyway, so I was 9 months pregnant. And then in January 2013, the month later, I went to a Super Saturday and it was just a super small one in Alpena. We watched the video. They talked about the Success Club trip. They said, we're going on a cruise. And I had went on a cruise for my honeymoon. I had paid $3,000 for that room on the cruise to have the balcony, because I'm like, if I'm going on a cruise, I can't be in an interior room. Like I'm going to need a balcony. And so I knew how much it costs just for the room on the ship. And I was like, I could get this paid for. And I literally, like at that time, barely anyone went on the trip compared to now. And you literally got your phone out and registered when you watched the video. And I went over and I registered. And my due date, I think, was like 10 days away. And when I look back on it now, I'm just kind of like, that's so funny because those are so many things that could have been excuses. But all I saw was like, this is going to work. And I never had any fear that I would miss Success Club again. And I haven't missed it since. I looked up some stats, which was kind of fun to look at. I honestly don't go around thinking about this ever. But Julianne asked me to speak about Success Club, so I thought I'd look it up. So I've hit Success Club 75 months in a row. So since January 2013. And most of the time I hit Success Club 10. Right now I have 17 consecutive months. There's been some months in there where maybe it was 8 or 6. But I'm like, wow, like that's awesome. And it's always a goal. And I feel like I never have to work that hard for it. So I hope that what I share can really help you. But that's kind of the story behind it. My goal each month is to hit Success Club 10 and have 2 personally sponsored coaches. That's my goal. So let me talk about why you want to hit Success Club. So there's the things that Beachbody tells you, okay, which are awesome, by the way. Free leads, Success Club leads, trips, prizes. I love them all. I have so many customers because I have been hitting Success Club for 75 months, you guys. Like I have people I'm never going to meet, people who are ordering stuff, and even though I email them, they don't ever get back to me. I'm like, fine, you're a low maintenance customer. Great. This Wayne dude orders 4 bags of Shakeology every month. Like it is like just no matter what, the fact, like I think it's pretty darn cool. As I was thinking about this, I was like, all my business costs are covered from some Wayne guy who I've never met. Team Wayne. Yes, Lord. I love it. But like, that's cool. These are people that were just sent to me. And then rules have changed a little bit since then, but still, I think, what is it? Like you have to hit Success Club to get the free leads, I believe. And then Success Club 10 to get Success Club leads. So the Success Club leads are awesome. I've had someone get an ultimate reset dual kit, which is $400, which means the commission is $100. And I'm like, thank you for this $100 that literally felt like it dropped out of the air. But this is the stuff that happens. You literally get the commission from it. So that's cool. Beachbody's trusting you. The fact that you hit Success Club shows them that they can have trust in you. Trips, Success Club trips, and then prizes. I have a Shakeology Snuggie that I still get compliments on from this day. It was a Success Club prize, like a cooler, like literally so many things we use. I'm like, this was a Success Club prize. Like, just, it's fun. It's not always why you do something, but it's fun to get that recognition and earn something. So here's the other reason why you want it. It builds your confidence. Like you need to know that you can do it. It makes you feel more credible, which ultimately shows up good in your leadership. It's a sign that your business is guaranteed to grow. If you hit Success Club, like if you were a business being rated by the Better Business Bureau monthly, you would get an A+ that month. And that would like be your rating. Like it means you're on the upscale. So like thinking about it from a business perspective, just hit that and know like, boom, we're going up from here. That's awesome. And also you're guaranteed to be making a positive impact in the lives of others. I love coaching. I love that this business has completely changed our lives financially and given us more freedom. But what I love the most is like people sending me a message. And this girl, Jessica, just wrote me a message. Jessica O'Neill. She's like, hey, I want to get Beachbody On Demand. I have a coach that doesn't really do anything, and I would like to switch to you. I've been stalking your page for 2 years. You're so inspiring. I look forward to your post every day. And I'm like, I freaking love that. Like, that's awesome, is that we get to be someone that like people actually like, let me go see what Caitlin posted because I need something happy today, So it guarantees you're like being that person who gets to put a positive impact in the lives of others. So in the world of coaching, you can care about money and the success a lot, up to 49%. But you have to care about people at least 51%. And like the message you're putting out there, the kind of vibe you're spreading. Okay, let's get into the how to make this happen, how to make Success Club happen. Step 1 is the mindset. And Julianne touched on this. And Julianne says this all the time. Like she's always like, Sarah did it, I can do it. She's doing it, I can do it. You can't have the mindset that, who just spoke? Anita Myron just spoke on the National Wake Up Call about the Success Club tracker. And she's just like, it works. My husband did it. It works. Anyways, you can't watch that call and be like, oh, well, that works for her because she doesn't work or she has this or she's got a better story than me. Like you can't let yourself have that mindset. That is you giving yourself an out. That's you making an excuse that's going to stand in your way. You're limiting yourself if you decide to start thinking that way. You have to be inspired and be like, gosh, Mary hit this last month. I can do it too. Like I love to run and I see people in my life hit new goals in running and I'm like, I can do that too. Or I do freaking Shift Shop. Has anyone done Shift Shop Proving Grounds or Transform 20? Last week you got 13 on your let's do a tricep push-up and jump up on the step and jump back down. Like, okay, I did that last week. I can do 14 this week, like having that mindset that it's possible because someone else did it. Or you saw someone in the group be like, I got 16. So you have to think, you have to be inspired and know that there are tons of coaches out there hitting Success Club. It lets you know that you can too hit Success Club, that this is possible. And you can't tune into scarcity. You can't think that I talked to 8 people, 2 of them said no, I can only get to 4 this month. There's literally someone always around the corner. And I really believe in the law of attraction. If you've never seen the movie The Secret, I highly recommend it. Amazing, amazing. But it's just all about deciding something's available to you, having that faith in it, knowing it's possible, not worrying about the how as much as you worry about what do I need to do to start making this happen. Like say someone told you you're like in the middle of the woods and there's 10 different paths and each path ends a mile out. Okay, so you basically have 10 miles of paths. And they're like, at the end of one of these paths is $1 million and it's all yours. You would end up running 10 miles super fast to find that $1 million, right? Because you know it's available to you. You know it's there. And like, you might pick the right path and run 1 mile. You might not pick it till the end and you run 10 miles, but you don't care. You know there's $1 million at the end of it. So you just have to know, like, Success Club is at the end of this. What path am I taking this month? Like, this is, and kind of having like excitement, like, oh, I wonder how it's going to unfold this month. Knowing that you're willing to show up and make it happen, and having that faith in yourself is like the best feeling. And knowing some months will be harder, some months will be easier. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Okay, so that's the mindset. Let's talk about the work. So you got to have the right mindset before you do the work. I do not recommend doing the work and then doing the mindset, because you'll do way more work. Make sure the mindset's good. Then we move into work. You got to have a goal. I shared earlier, my goal is Success Club 10, at least 2 PS coaches each month. That's always the end goal, the $1 million at the end of the path. If it's Success Club 6, awesome. Have a goal. And then you have to have a logistical plan is number 2. And number 3 is going to be a marketing plan. So I work at a health club as a communications director. And oftentimes I'm like marketing, we're going to do a 3-week urban challenge boot camp. It starts Monday, March 4th. And so I'm thinking, okay, if it starts Monday, March 4th, when should we try to have signups maxed out? Like, it's thinking backwards. And so let's start with a logistical plan here. And I have an image. I got a lot of things on my screen. We'll see how smooth this goes. Okay. So this is one I had made before. I used to make these all the time. Now I kind of just, I plan it out in a calendar, but I'd make these and share them with my team so they kind of could see my thought process. And I try to plan like 3 months out. So, okay, November 1st to the 3rd, I'm going to do a 3-day refresh group. Deadline to join would be October 25th, because they need to have it a week ahead. Like, they need to order a week ahead if they can start on the 1st. And then thinking, okay, some of them might want to hop in after the 3-day refresh to Core de Force. November 7th, deadline to join is November 6th, because that's on Beachbody On Demand. Technically, someone could literally have the workouts the next day. So I'm thinking, okay, there's my plan for November to be able to hit Success Club, because I'm also thinking, what am I going to be able to invite to make Success Club happen? Because Success Club doesn't really happen very easily if you don't have something to invite to. It gets harder, you know, whether you're inviting to a group or coaching a team, all that stuff. So 5-day cleanup, or it's basically like a clean week. I oftentimes will do that like the 3rd or 4th week of the month, and then plan a longer challenge. So then I had on December 12th, a Christmas slim down, where they could have tried Shakeology at the end of November, liked it. Let me try, make a bigger investment, you know, December 1st through 4th, and hopefully hit Success Club, kind of the plan. So it doesn't always say set in stone, but you got to have a plan to work off of. And you really need to think about, where are my Success Club points going to come from this month? Granted, sometimes these free leads order a challenge pack when Beachbody sends them an email, and I'm like, yay, I got a Success Club point from Douglas in California. Thank you. But like, you need to know how you're going to generate them, and know that when you do the work, like, the universe throws in some extra bonuses along the way, because they're like giving you high fives. Okay, let's talk about a marketing plan. So once you know what you're going to do, I'm going to use an example of one of my favorite groups ever. It was called Fat Loss Forever, or Forever Fat Loss. I can't remember. I always reversed it. But it was one of my favorite groups. And I basically read this book that had the 8 reasons why you're having trouble losing weight. And I'm like, perfect. I'm basically going to do a book report on these 8 points. Granted, you could do the 21-day fix and pull the challenge group from the back office. Just know what it is you're offering and get clear about your communication, how you're going to talk about it. Julianne does an amazing job at this with the sneak peek group. She spells it all out there for you. If you can be clear in your communication, you're going to be way more effective. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to share how I start. So I have so many sheets of paper because for me, I just want to get a blank sheet of paper out and give myself some space to kind of think. And a lot of times I find this helpful. Like in my morning routine, I get up, I drink a whole water bottle, and then I get my Energize. And I might sit down when I'm starting to sip on my Energize and just start to get excited, and then the ideas come. So when I was talking about Forever Fat Loss, I was like, okay, the group starts on Monday. Like, what am I sharing? What's happening in the group? And I just start brainstorming. And so I'm even thinking, okay, on Thursday, I want them to be in prep week. I'm going to give them a commitment document. On Friday, we're going to do introductions. On Saturday, I'm going to talk about how to use your bod. On Sunday, I'm going to be like, these are your expectations. Are you ready? And then on Monday, how the lessons will work, explain the tracker I made for them. Your job is to eat as clean as possible. On Tuesday, eat less. Okay, so talking about the whole idea that eating less calories than you burn and how that doesn't work and I don't need to explain the whole group to you guys, but I got a good feel for what was happening. So then when I communicated what this group was, I could just be like, boom, boom. Like I had like things you want to reach out and grab, like, ooh, there's substance here, not just like fluff. Like, ooh, okay. I'm going to show you something else really quick, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, but a lot of times I've used event pages to get people excited about groups. And it's not just setting up the event page with like the details, even though that's important in the about section. Like I'll write what you're getting in this group, and I'll do a bulleted list. Like you are getting a food guide. You're getting an education on the 8 factors that are making it difficult to lose weight. You are getting specific tips in your life that can help you to start to tweak these factors. You're getting tons of support. You're getting a nutrient-dense shake that will automatically upgrade your nutrition. You're getting workouts that fit your life, like just loading up the value. People need to know that value. So this is a sheet, like a kind of a marketing sheet for my event page. These aren't fancy, right? These are just scribbled down thoughts when inspiration hits. But when I make an event page, I don't just want it to, there it is, boom. I would keep posting it. Like I'd make a goal to post in it every day. And so I had some ideas, like, because sometimes the worst thing is you sit down at your computer and you know you need to do it, but you're not feeling inspired. And you're like, what the heck do I post? If you're not excited about what it is you're inviting to, people are not going to join you. So this helps. When you're feeling it, get the blank paper out and write it all down. And then you're going to be like, this is easy. So one of my things was, let me explain the micronutrient Shakeology makeup and why that's going to help their cells and why that's a big part of this group. Because a lot of times people are like, why is Shakeology a part of this group? They don't understand the value. So sometimes I'll be like, show a before and after. A great one in event pages is who's committed so far, and like getting a headshot from their page and making a graph and like, hey, there's 3 spots left. Like just keeping the event page going if you're going to market that way is so important. So that was the work part, having a goal, knowing your logistical plan, and knowing your marketing plan. Let me see if I wrote some notes there. Know what your group offers so you can get detailed. Oh, if you don't know enough about the product, it's your job to get in the know. I remember when To Be Mindset came out, I didn't really understand it. And so I felt like I couldn't talk about it. Like, have you ever felt that way? You're like even Ultimate Portion Fix, I've had to be doing some serious research on because I was like, I'm confused by it. Like there's so many dates, like I felt behind the ball. So I had to just watch some videos, get on the National Wake Up Call. Sorry. We're doing a Success Club system tracker and everyone is sharing pictures of their tracker right now, which is great, but that's the ding. But it's your job to get in the know. And so there's great videos. And then there's the product toolkit, going to the beach, which is in your back office. Those are amazing. The FAQs, going to the Beachbody Champions page, like everything we need is there. And I guarantee you, once you feel like you can talk about it, you'll talk about it. So, I remember with To Be Mindset, I didn't really know much about it. I watched a few of Alana's videos. I got super excited. And one morning while I was drinking my Energize, I was like, I'm just going to go live about this right now. So I'm moving into the next section, which is connecting. So like starting to generate interest. And so post it on your page, showing a post or a video. So this was one I did where I just went live talking about the To Be mindset and why I was so excited personally to do it. And like, I didn't care what anyone else thought. I was just sharing why I was so excited and like inviting people to join me. And I went through a lot of the points in the video, and so many people were like, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. And it kept showing up. And people kept seeing it and messaging. So I was like, okay, note to self, like live videos, just talking about what you're going to do could really help. Also posting about it, just getting people excited. I think this one was after lift 4 or before lift 4. And I just did a Zoom for our team last night talking about when you are about to invite to something, like you always have to put your story in it. You can't just put up a logo and be like, I'm so excited to do this. Or even a picture of you like, I can't wait for my next fitness program. Who wants to do it with me? Like you have to start with something about you. Like every post has to be with your fingerprint on it, you know? So I don't even know what I wrote. After a nice long nap, it was time for a short workout. The day may have started with a red eye and 4-hour drive north, but it's ending with the bang. So just talking about whatever's happening in your life or why something's important to you. And then giving some details and a call to action. I feel like you guys probably get tons of help with posting, but just a good reminder that like you have to tell your story with it. Cool. Okay. So with connecting, this is like getting some conversations going about what you're inviting to, posting on your page. That could be a video, that could be a picture, something engaging. Okay, like take a fun picture, tell a fun story, tell them what they could get, how they could possibly feel. Get them like already feeling the hope of what this could do for them in your post. Event pages we talked about are a great way to generate interest. I love the sneak peek groups that you guys have been doing, getting people in there. And then following up with people who have, you know, said they were going to do something in the past and maybe didn't. Even old clients who have fallen off, people who did 5 days 2 months ago and then haven't. Like that follow-up is just important with genuine heart. Like thinking about you, like I hope things are going well, maybe something you saw on their page, you know, wondering if now is a better time for you. I know you're serious about your health. It seemed like this worked for you. Would you be interested in this? I thought of you when I started doing this. Looking at people who are liking your post, those are people that you could reach out to and start a conversation. Or maybe there's someone in your life who's mentioned something about, you know, you look great, or I wish I had your motivation, or just some kind of comment. And maybe they just need an invitation from you. I know at the health club that I work at, most people have come to that health club because someone invited them. It hasn't necessarily, even though I'd love to take all the credits and say do the marketing, it is like an invitation. Or maybe they see with marketing, I'm sharing stories of members and like telling what they've gotten. And that's what gets them. It's like stories. It's invitations. That's what gets people to take action. Okay, last thing here. I wanted to talk about the actual conversation. So part of knowing what your challenge offers someone, which literally can take 10 minutes, like it's just you giving yourself the space to think through what it is. So you have a plan and you're like, okay, now I can share this plan. Part of that is also knowing the different ways that they can do it. What are going to be your options so you can clearly send it to them? When people are ready to invest, they want someone to make it easy for them. I always think about like when I hate buying cars. I hate buying fridges. I hate buying TVs. Like I don't want to compare and be like, whoa, this one might have this. And this, oh my God, that sounds like torture. I want someone who's just going to make me feel confident in my decision when I'm spending a lot of money on a car, a fridge, a TV. Like I want someone to make it easy, painless, and make me excited and feel like I did a good job spending money today. Okay, so they want to invest. It's our job to help them feel like they're doing something that they can be excited about. So I want to show you a conversation that I just had recently. Where'd it go? Oh, I know. Okay. Okay, so this is Amy. She actually reached out to me. She was in a clean week a while ago, and she mentioned she's been doing a 2B mindset program with you. I'm interested in getting more info on that. Great. So and if you guys already know this, I'm sorry, we're going to review it, but hey, maybe you'll hear something differently tonight, or it might help you explain it to your team members better. This is stuff that I feel like we can never hear too much. I'm not just going to be like, awesome, Amy, here's your options for the 2B mindset. Okay. So nice to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I love the 2B mindset. I have an ongoing group that there's another Amy is in. You can join. Let me send you a quick message or a quick video about the 2B mindset so you can really see what it is. Amy, how are things going with nutrition? Is there anything you'd like to change in particular? So I love using the sizzle videos, as Beachbody calls them. I just think that's a funny name. They make them good. They're really good. My past life is in broadcast and cable production. They do a really good job with the video stuff. So use those. And just a tip, make sure you're sending them from the Beachbody YouTube and not some random person who's downloaded them, put them on their YouTube. And then if you can, turn off the videos that pop up afterwards, because I guarantee you whatever pops up after the 2B mindset is, why I hate the 2B mindset. Some person like that. So I sent that message to her because I want to know what's going on with her, but I also want her to see this video because I think that's going to help her understand it better than I can maybe explain it. Hi again, Sarah. I will check out this video tomorrow. My husband and I tried Whole30 in January. It was a little too restrictive for me. I hung in there about 2.5 weeks, then got a stomach bug and slid. Still trying to eat clean and shed a few pounds, but I do better when I have a coach. I haven't been doing a lot of exercise due to trying to get rid of some tendonitis I've had for several months now, but I'm walking and hiking. Definitely could use some more cardio and strength. Sugar and carb are my weak areas. So then it's getting information, it's validation again, then it's information coming from you of how they could purchase really. So I hear you, that can be very restrictive, which makes it hard to stick with, but at least it was a move in the right direction. I want to make her feel good and not like a failure. Ultimately as coaches, we're trying to help people not beat themselves up. And so that can never start too early. And I think people are attracted to our positivity. So give it, never hold that back. I could see this being something you could keep doing. Check out the video and let me know. I'm glad you are feeling better. She said, I did watch and I'm interested. Can I start anytime? I'm out of town this Wednesday, Thursday, but I think I could do some prep and plan this weekend. Hello, Amy. Yes, you can totally start anytime. It's a bit of a self-study. You can watch the videos at your own pace. Would you like me to send you a few different options for the 2B mindset? I always ask, would you like me to send you the different purchase options, the ways you could join? I just ask for that permission so they're ready. They know dollar signs are coming, values coming, choices are coming. Yes, please. Is there a cost? Yes, the cost of the 2B mindset program from the registered dietitian. Let me know the details. Thanks. Can do, Amy. Okay, so this is where I tend to copy and paste a lot, changing a few points to make it personable. But you don't always have to type out something like this. But it's important to not just give prices, to give value and reasons why the price is there. And I can share this, we can screenshot this. Please don't try to take notes. I'll break down the different packages below, but wanted to tell you a little bit more about the private Facebook group called 2B Mindset for Life that has women from all over doing this program. That is what her friends who recommended it are in. We share motivation, recipes, questions. Here are some details on the group. So this is the value of the group, like I talked about earlier, knowing what they're gonna get from your group. As you saw in the video, the program is 41 videos from Alana with tips from the grocery store, just talking again about the value she's getting in 2B mindset and the options. There are 3 depending on your needs. I love having the system of having a couple to 3 choices for people. Sometimes say I'm doing a group that's not 2B mindset-y. My first option might be the $25 Shakeology sampler. And then that's nice sometimes to be hey, the price ranges from $25 to $220 depending on your needs. And then they can really compare and contrast, and they're not scared by this price point, already like shutting themselves down. Like, I can't spend money on myself. I'll fail. Anyways, option 1 is the kit. Now see, it's not just option 1 is the kit, $119. What do they get? Why is it $119? This gives you access to all the videos, 41, like how to grocery shop, eat out, videos that deal with more emotional things like I like to eat a lot of foods, what foods make you bloated, da da da. The kit also has tracker sheets, a recipe guide, and a water bottle. Option 2, $180, gives you the entire kit, but also a 30-day supply of Shakeology. I don't care if you think someone's had Shakeology before, you always give some kind of value attached to Shakeology. I've drank one every day for the past 7 years. It is my multivitamin. I know you've had it here and there before. In this program, it is a great tool to help you keep cravings at bay, have something sweet to turn to, and just properly fuel your body because it will fill in the gaps in nutrition. Shakeology has nothing fake in it. It's made from plants from all corners of the world. Shakeology on its own is $130, so there's a great savings when you purchase the two together, $50. There you go. This is like being at the car dealer, and it's like, well, your payment will be this, but you're going to get this if you go this option. It's like, just give me the clear, simple math. And then option 2, I talk about adding Beachbody On Demand in. And in her case, she told me she needs to move some more. I know you mentioned needing more cardio and strength training. Well, this could be it. And you could take it anywhere, the gym, home, outdoors, travel, etc. And then I show the value. So in this message, even though I copy and paste, I'm like, hey, I know you've had Shakeology here and there. Hey, you mentioned you did this, like changing one of those sentences, especially to them. Do any of these options seem like a good fit for you, Amy? And I know this might sound silly, but saying their name as much as you can does help because we're building, like people work with people they know, like, and trust. And Amy knows me better than I know her because she's been watching me on Facebook. Most people aren't as into social media as us, where there's all these people that were watching on social media. They could just be watching you. So Amy knows me better than I know her, but I can make her feel like the trust is there even more by, saying her name, referencing things she said, things like that. She said, I will think about this. I'm curious, the commitment expectations. Can you watch the videos anytime? My household just added, oh, this might be good. Do you mind if I share this next part with you? This is an objection, a bonus. All right, let's go to objection land. My household just has some added stressors coming up that will have us very busy. My hubby's having foot surgery on Tuesday. He can't drive or be on his feet for 6 weeks. That pretty much leaves me as a single mom of 3, the main income person for now. I just need to make sure I don't put too much on my plate. I want to shed some weight though. Well, that's an objection. I feel like this was, I don't know. I think I just wasn't even fazed by it. But like now reading it, I'm like, holy moly, she's got a lot of stuff going on. So I said, good morning, Amy. Yes, you can start when you get it and it's flexible. The videos can access from your phone, tablet. So answer her questions. For example, okay, a little bit more. She does a tour of the grocery store, trying to give her more information because I'm getting the feeling she's feeling like, I don't know. So let me give her a little bit more information so she feels like she knows. And then I said, I hear you on the added stressors. In my experience, if you did this and choose to look at it as something for you, something that gives you some control and peace during the overwhelm, it will be a great thing. Because that's the truth, if she chooses that. I do know that feeling like progress is happening with your health instead of it declining will give you so much energy and happiness to take care of everyone else too. That's the truth. Like, don't get in your head too much. Like, when people let their health go, like I think about so many things, and maybe you guys have stories where like, shit hit the fan in my life, but I still showed up and worked out, right? Like, how many people don't? And would you be like, if I didn't work out, like everyone's shit would have hit the fan and would have been all over me. Like it would have been way worse. So I know that if she takes care of her, she's not going to completely lose herself. Like she's at the brink of freaking losing herself. So I don't know. I didn't have much emotion connected to that. Like looking back at it now, I'm like, wow. And she wrote back, hi, Sarah, I'm going to give this a try. We'll do the 220 option. Let me know what I have to do. Can I choose Shakeology flavors? Let me know when I can start it. I see you are skiing. Where are you at? Yes. And she thought I lived in Florida. I guess she didn't know me as much as I thought she did. And so then I've just been touching base with her. Like I have an ongoing group. It's not a ton of work, but I'm just trying to like get her started, getting her connected in that group. So yeah, that is everything I have on my notes.
So good. Sarah has taught me. How many of you are like, you'll send me and be like, what do I say to this person? It's because of Sarah. Like the way that she communicates with people. Sarah, all the time, coaches message me and just, they need help with working through. And they're like, you make that seem so easy. And it's like, well, I just figured it out after time. But just like with you sharing, I took even more notes of, I really love where it's like, it's so nice to hear from you. When someone messages you, that's so sweet to say that. And then there was something that you had specifically in that message. Or what you said is people love to work with people they know, like, and trust. That's amazing. And I feel like the way that you did that broke that down, and then just especially like reaffirming, just saying, hey, like life is stressful, do this for you because it's going to help navigate through that, was so clear, direct, and confident, to where that gave her the confidence to, did you guys see that she invested in the 220 package? Did you see which option she chose? And she had told Sarah that she wouldn't have enough money, or that she was worried about. Did anyone else notice that? I looked at that and I was like, she picked like the 220 option instead of the cheaper option because of the trust that you built with her, which is so good. And there was minimal interaction. I mean, it was like, and another thing that I noticed, Sarah, I don't know if any of you noticed this, Amy would post something and she'd be like, good morning. Amy, do you notice how Sarah wasn't responding all right away every time Amy responded? Sarah responded when Sarah was working her business. So she wasn't stuck to her phone, responding right away, desperate to help this person. She was in her business when she was in her business. She was out of her business when she was out of her business. So I noticed that, Sarah, because it would be like a day, like it was like a day interaction. Right.
You know, when I started this, my rule was I would clean my inbox out every 24 hours. And I still think that's a great rule. Rule, blah. But now I have 2 kids and a full-time job and a husband that's gone every third day for 24 hours. And like, it doesn't always happen. But yeah, like if you can get back to someone within 24 hours, that's an awesome thing. It does not have to be on the button. And then, you know, Julianne says she's learned that from me. I freaking learned that from Trina. And like what it comes from is just like, and I don't get objections anymore because I'm just so convicted about what this will do for someone that I don't go to the land where I'm like, oh, I can see their point. Oh, they probably shouldn't spend money. Like I don't let their doubts enter my world. I just know that this will help them if they decide to be convicted about it. And just keep it simple and positive, but like clear. Yeah, like just clear and exciting.
I think what's so crazy about that is you do get objections, but you don't look at them as objections because you were like, oh, I was just communicating with her and telling her why she.
I didn't read that message before I brought it to you guys.
Where most coaches, they're like, oh, you know, this and this is happening and everyone's telling me no. You were like, I feel like because you glazed it over, you answered specifically to why she would need this and addressed her stress. So it wasn't that you ignored an objection. It was that like you're not emotionally connecting to her yes or her no. You're just telling her what you know better than she does in that moment. And that's the difference. That's the difference of literally helping someone is you don't like trip up or question yourself. You're like, I love when you even talked about Shakeology ingredients from all corners of the world. Like just like that simple line. I was like, that's amazing. Okay. You're incredible. Are there some questions that you have for Sarah? Something that I was going to think about is, I know Chris is gone every third day. You have 2 kids. You have a full-time job. Because a lot of people will say and make excuses like, you do this full-time, you do this whatever, like 70-something months in Success Club. You have a lot on your plate. how do you do it and how do you work in your business? And because I feel like your plan is so wash, rinse, repeat. It's almost like on autopilot that you don't have to think about what you're inviting to. You just decide something and go with it. But how do you juggle all of that? And Sarah is really awesome and humble, and she has a very successful business, you guys. It's very, very successful financially and full of heart, soul, belief. So how do you make that work?
Oh, it's changed. Like we evolve, like things are always changing. It used to be in the beginning when my kid, like I would sit with the laptop on my lap on the couch, like at 8 o'clock and just be doing my business from 8 to 11 p.m. Like that's when it would work. And then it became more pockets throughout the day. And now I actually get up early. I used to hit snooze a ton, even as a coach. I never used to do morning workouts. Like my workouts were at the gym. I never did programs for a long time either. Things have evolved. And now I will get up usually around 5:30 most mornings and drink some water, do a little bit of work, do my personal development, work out. And I try to do the hard things in the morning. So the hard things for me are inviting or critically thinking. Like you have to critically think through what you're offering. Like writing stuff like this out. Like, what's my group? And then I save these because maybe you want to do it again in the future and reference it. But I try to do that hard stuff in the morning because then everything else is easy. And I try to do a good post in the morning. I try to clear some messages. Like if I'm at work, I do have some flexibility, but I might do BAC work tonight when I get off the Zoom. Like I just have to get all my stuff done. So I try to make some time in the afternoon. So if you have a lunch break, could you give 30 minutes of that to just busting out messages? Because when you get focused, it just happens. Or racing with your action list. Let me accomplish 3 things and I'd love to see them. It's a competition. Can you get them done? And then at night, I definitely do some more after my kids go to sleep. So it's more pockets of time, but I get up earlier now. And you know what? There's always more you could do. You're going to watch a national wake up call and hear something. You're going to be like, oh my God, I should do that. When am I going to make that happen? There's always more you can do. And you just have to be happy about what it is that you did. And realize that's part of the game. We live in a world where we create, where we take action, where it can feel like there is a tornado in your life sometimes. But you just have to change your mindset and be like, I created that freaking tornado. And it's a lot more fun than nothing, than boringness. And you can pick, sometimes I just picture the whirlwind and be like, let me just pick something out of this whirlwind. Okay, I'm going to focus on this really quick. And that never goes away, and you just have to be okay with it if you're juggling multiple things in life, and just be proud of yourself. I don't know if that answered it, but I'm always working on just being proud and knowing there's always more I could do, be proud of what I got done.
Yeah, I think there's always more to do. Something that Sarah taught me was, I remember asking this question of Sarah, how many inbox messages do you have usually? And I think that your answer then was you would have 15 or something, where every next day her goal was to have a certain amount of inbox messages waiting for her. And I remember as a new coach in that time, I was like, okay, I can do 5. As a busy teacher, as someone who is just getting started, I can have 5 new conversations waiting for me the next day. And that seriously set me up for being able to hit Success Club, because I never had to question interactions that I was having with people. And something that could be, and where you start with that, is if you follow Sarah, so maybe don't friend request her because Facebook is limited, but go to Instagram and follow her there, or click follow on Facebook. Her posts are really good, but what you'll notice about her posts is that she's in them. It is her story. It's her conviction. It's not marketing Beachbody. She markets herself. And so from those posts, and I loved when you were saying offers them something, what is in it for them, how can this change them? So you share your story, but then you relate to them in some kind of way. But you could go to those likes and those comments and you can message those people, right? Thank you for following my story. And if they say you're so inspiring, I used to say thanks. And now I say, oh, you should do this with me. Like, you should get in my group. It's going to be amazing. It'd be so fun to have you a part of it. Instead of just saying thank you when people say you're inspiring, I would just straight up invite them right then and there. So that's an example that I have for you. Does anyone have any questions? And then we will get off.
That's such a good reminder, Julianne. And I always forget about that inbox thing. Like, that is a simple gauge. Like,
Yeah.
you need to have messages in there. And if you don't, go to one of your posts that had like 50 likes or just a ton of that, and you start, that's what you do that night. You start conversations with all those people.
Like, oh, I'm just seeing this. I made a post the other day, like if it was a little bit while back, and just be like, I just wanted to thank you, because it was really scary for me to post that, or I wasn't sure, but just seeing your support just keeps me encouraged, or something like that. And then they'll be like, keep it up. And then that can be an invite, you guys. I'm gonna hit end record just